everyone. Welcome back to Thanks for the Trauma. Today's a special episode because I'm here. My name's Olivia Soliverdi. I am Brandy's daughter. But today we decided to try a different format. And instead of them just having a conversation, I'm going to ask some questions to help guide the conversation. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. You want to start first?
Tracy.
Angel.
Brandy.
And welcome back to
Thanks for the Trauma.
So for the sake of clarity, I'm going to do my best to call them Tracy, Angel, and Brandy. However, of course, that is my Aunt Tracy, my Aunt Angel, and Mama. So I'm certain I'll make mistakes, but I'll do my best to try and not to. Today's episode, the ladies have decided, is going to be focused on talking about the Liddonfield projects. So I'm going to start by asking, what are the projects for people who don't know?
So what the projects are is in 1940s, they actually built them for military families after World War II for a place for them to live.
So they're more than just in Philadelphia?
No, it was in Philadelphia.
So it's specific to Philadelphia?
Yes.
Okay. And where are they in the city?
So they are actually around the 8800 block of Tarstow Avenue when they were there because they got demolished in 2011.
Yeah.
Is
Northeast Philly.
Northeast.
And this area, like, how would you describe it?
Actually, it's a really nice area. It would be like a middle class area.
Okay. And when did you all live there? During what time period? How many years?
Maybe 79, 80.
I was going to say
87.
I thought 86.
86, 80, late 86.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe. No, you might be right.
I think
it might have been
87.
like. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
So we're talking late 70s to late 80s?
Yeah.
Yes.
What, maybe 8-9 years living
Yes.
there?
Okay. And who did you live with in the projects?
Well, that's actually a really great question that you asked because if
It's
you look
already
over
complicated.
because if you look over the
didn't we live
8
with?
and 9
No.
years, there was a lot of people in and out of our house and stuff like that. My mom would have friends that lived with us or stayed with us, and just random people. And then I would have to say, then our stepfather came in. I'm not really. Do you all remember what year?
I was
4.5.
5. I was 5 or 6.
So you
So
were.
let me try to do
No.
math in my head.
I think I was 7 because if you were 5,
Oh,
I
when
was
he came
7.
into the picture, yeah.
Yeah.
4.5. So what?
So it's like 6.5.
82
Yeah.
he came.
So you lived there primarily through your young childhood, and
Yes.
roughly about halfway through the time of living there is when JR came into the picture. And that was probably the most significant person who moved in with you guys.
Yes.
Now, before he came into the picture, who were the primary people who lived there with you? It was just mom and
the siblings.
And those were people who roughly never changed throughout.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else who lived there with you, like significant through the
No,
time?
people would just come and go.
And in the projects, aside from humans, did you live with any other creatures or animals?
Yes,
Yeah,
a lot.
Dogs.
Lots of
A lot.
dogs.
And cats.
Dogs and cats. Okay. So full house, essentially. I want to pause because I know you guys have brought some materials here with us and give you guys an opportunity to show the audience what the projects looked like. You have blueprints here, I see, and pictures. So is there any sort of order you guys have worked this out, or anyone who feels confident wanting to start?
I mean, I could go.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I have a little before JR and then after JR.
Okay.
I did have to stop because I was very overstimulated last night. So, I mean, I'll do it off memory also.
Absolutely.
But I started with the first floor. You had the front door with the steps right off to the left when you walk through. I don't recall the closet. I don't know why I don't have memory of that, but I don't recall that. I know when you walked in, we had a table, a coffee table here. We had the couch. We had a love seat with a chair. There was a wall here. It was really odd because you had a one-way in, a one-way out type thing.
Okay.
At some point when JR got there, this wall was ripped down.
Okay.
It was one of his demolition things that he did rip this down. There was a back door here. We actually had pipes that ran through the ceiling, and they were like, it was like heat. That's how you would heat the house. But we would use it to dry our clothes.
Oh,
Before we had a dryer.
Before we had a dryer, we would hang our clothes on there to dry. I don't recall the washer and dryer here. I recall the washer and dryer down here.
Okay.
And then all of our clothes were always piled here, just tons of clothes. I recall those there. In the kitchen, we didn't have a kitchen table big enough to fit all of us. We had a picnic table there.
What do you mean by picnic table?
Like a picnic table, like if you went to a park and there was a picnic
Like a
table
like
there.
a wooden one?
A wooden
one to two
yeah.
sides.
Oh,
We had a
okay.
picnic table that my mom purchased, and that was there. I remember the stove being down further for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Listen, I did my best with this.
It's
I
fine.
did it from,
That's
like,
it's just what I remember.
There's
There
nothing
was
out there.
huge windows here that you could see right out into the yard. However, there was a chicken coop after.
Oh, so chickens live there too.
Hold on.
Okay.
This was
Sorry.
after JR got in the picture.
Okay.
He built chicken coops here, and a shed.
In the front.
In the back.
That's
in
in
the
the back.
backyard,
Okay, in the
because
back.
this was now the
Oh, I see, I
backyard.
see. Okay.
Prior to JR coming, my mom had a fence built, and she got us a big 3-foot pool here for us. And we'll get more into like a bio of my mom later on.
Yeah.
But my mom did try to do what she could do for us as a mom, but she did, because we didn't have like no pool or access to a pool. The pool was like 2 miles away, 3 miles away, walking. But she got us a 3-foot pool that we had here. And at some point, JR tore that down with a hatchet or some type of bat or something, axe. He tore that down to make more room for additional dogs that were brought in, huge dogs. They were like Great Danes and Doberman Pinschers that took over the whole yard along with the chicken coops.
I feel like the way you're talking, and you know, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you feel really different living there before JR was there versus
Absolutely.
after?
It went from a safe place and great memories to slowly a prison. And once I move to the second floor, I'll explain why.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Then we have the second floor plan to where you would walk up the steps, and right at the top of the steps is the bathroom, which I start getting choked up here. This here, we had 2 bunk beds. This here had a captain's bed in it.
What's a captain's bed?
A captain's bed is like a bed off the floor, and then there had like storage and stuff and shelvings underneath. And then this was my mom's master bedroom. Then there was like a hallway, the steps right above here. There was like a closet, and you had like a linen closet. Then when JR moved in, this became an animal room.
So what was it before?
It was a bedroom.
For who?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what child was in there, but one of us were in there. I think it was Angel, maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
So before he lived there, the children were in
well,
there.
so and then also that room was also used for the people that were in and out of our house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think that we were basically like we were with my mom. I think the Angel and Tracy
we were primary in this room.
But I think when you were little, you were with mommy, and we were in that room, and that room was for the people that came in and out.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get to the point that we had beds.
Well, I wanted to ask, you know, you said that this makes you emotional, and what particularly makes you emotional about this level?
Because when JR came, then this was no longer like a safe place. This became a punishing room.
I see. So this was like your bedroom, and then in your safe space, and it was turned into something else.
Yes, it then became a punishment room.
Yeah.
This then became where we were punished for months, and we couldn't leave. And then this became an animal room, and that became under lock and key. This became under lock and key. This bathroom that we would be able to take showers and baths became limited to maybe once a week or every other day, and we could never have like shampoos and conditioners or anything like that. It was everything was limited. We no longer had that space of going to the bathroom and taking our time. We were limited even that. I recall one time trying to go to the restroom, and I wasn't feeling good that day, and I was a child, and I was having stomach issues. And because I didn't come out of the bathroom quick enough, because he had to use the restroom, he then went and did it on the floor in the hallway, and then made me clean it up.
It was in the bedroom.
Goodness.
It was not in the hallway. It was in the bedroom.
No, it was in the hallway.
No, it was in the hallway. I mean, it was in the bedroom because he shut the door. He said he was going to do it, and we were like, "No, you're not." And he shut the door, and when he opened it, there was poop on the floor in our bedroom. It was not in the hallway. He would not have done that in the hallway with us standing there.
I thought it was in the hallway.
Why do you are in such a disagreement? Do you feel like
no? Because it was in the bedroom. I remember opening the door and seeing the poop on the floor, and he came walking.
But it's interesting to me.
Why would you open the door?
He opened the door and came out.
It's interesting to me that you say he wouldn't do that, and I want to ask why you think he wouldn't.
Because
do
I
that.
remember that. I don't remember a lot of our history, but one of those moments, yes, that's going to stick out. I remember him.
I remember it being in the hallway,
shutting the door.
Do you think that's significant that it's in the bedroom versus the hallway, or why?
Because
well, that's probably in our space. I think that's the point.
It's our space, and in the hallway, that's his space.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember the hallway.
Yeah,
so.
no, I understand that completely, and it's interesting from my perspective. I will say this as somebody who's grown up hearing your stories and seeing that floor plan. It never occurred to me that there were so many bedrooms.
It was like right there.
You know?
It was like right there. As soon as you open the door, that's right.
My point is, even if so, why not go to your room and do it?
Because it wasn't his. It's his space. He wanted to prove a point to you that you were taking up time in the bathroom. Guess what? I'm gonna do it in your room. Like,
so you feel like you have like an understanding of this mindset.
Well, I mean,
or that's the way you're trying to understand it.
You know, being around narcissists most of my life, I think I really got a clear understanding of who they are.
Yeah. No, I can see that for sure. But how did it make you feel to have, and Tracy, I'm coming back to you, how did it make you feel to have that sort of interaction?
It's dysfunction. It's disgusting. It's very disturbing to know that a person could treat other humans like that.
Particularly children.
Children, yeah. Like, who in their right mind treats a child that way? You want to do that and have another human pick up your feces,
right?
And think that's okay.
It definitely shows something about
you're sick. There's something wrong with you. Like, that's not okay.
I'm gonna let Angel now talk about what she's brought, if that's okay. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that's fine.
I mean, mine is the first floor, but you have like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like it's just 2 stories. Liddonfield was just 2 stories, where Leicester Street was 3. So I made that. But I don't remember much. Honestly, I don't remember much.
So you were significantly younger.
Yeah, I was younger. So like, I remember there was a door and the stairs here. I remember like at Christmas time, you know, the best time.
It was
Christmas stocking going up the stairs. I think our Christmas tree like was right here. I didn't put that because there's not much I remember. I remember like just a sofa, and I wasn't sure if there was a coffee table, but I'm pretty sure we did have a coffee table because my mom smoked, so she needed a place for her ashtray, and I think there was a table over here. I just didn't put it for the telephone.
Okay.
And then the TV was on that wall that Tracy mentioned. I don't remember having a love seat. I don't remember. I mean, I guess maybe he always had his reclining chair. But I didn't put that because I don't remember much about the projects. I do remember the table. I don't know if it was a picnic table. It reminded me like because of the benches. I think it was actually a table, and then the benches, and then there was a chair for them on each side. I do kind of remember clothes being over here. I don't know if the dryer was moved over here, but I don't think the washer was ever moved because it had to be right next to the sink. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't remember. I remember a pantry where we stored our food. I might have made it a little bigger because just trying to give it more room on here. The back door, I didn't put a pool, but we did have a pool. I remember swimming in that pool. And I remember my memory is the water ice truck coming by. Bob, you said
Bob's water ice.
And I had to be maybe before JR or like right around like the beginning of it, where my mom or somebody would buy us water ice and a pretzel. That was like the best treat ever. I do remember chickens because the neighbors hated us because they would go off in the morning.
Yes, as soon as the sun came up.
Chickens and roosters.
They were like not happy with that. And
what was the purpose of the chicken and roosters? Was it just like a random pet project thing?
No, he wanted eggs.
Did they produce eggs?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, and I think I don't remember a shed, but it could have been a shed. I mean, like the yard was a pretty decent
It's big.
size.
It's a big yard.
It was a pretty, and we did have a fence because
Yeah.
of the dogs. And
Mhm.
later on, the one dog story that I remember, and we already said it in another thing, is like we had an indoor male dog, a German Shepherd, Phantom, and an outdoor dog. You remember it was like a Doberman Pinscher, and I think I might remember it like that. And then like we had a female dog. So like when that dog was in heat, it was a battle.
Right.
And one day a huge battle happened
And they
between
locked.
those two dogs.
That's
it was
scary.
the scariest time in my life.
Mhm.
Seeing that kind of fight where these dogs were ready to tear each other apart. And then the dog in the backyard ended up getting kicked out of the house. Like it was thrown out the front door and just vanished a few days later. And then on my second floor, I remember, the stairs coming up, the bathroom. He gave us chores and I had to clean the bathroom. I think it was every day I had to clean the bathroom. I remember cleaning the bathroom. And then I don't remember much about the bedrooms. I remember the master bedroom was locked. I just put a bed. They had to have a bed. The only time they had a bed. The second room, I don't remember a bed being in there. I don't remember anything. But it was ferrets. That room was ferrets. They are the stinkiest, most disgusting creatures.
And he just let them run
And we
around.
had like 2 of them, and they just roamed that room.
Can I ask a question? In the beginning, I asked you guys like about if you had any other creatures living with you, and you first said like dogs and cats, and I'm assuming that's because that was the majority. But as we've been talking, you're mentioning chickens and ferrets and all these kind of exotic animals. How did it make you feel living with so many different exotic animals? Was it like a comfort? Was it an absolute negative?
So when we had talked before, you had said prior. This is all after
So
JR.
he was the one.
He was the one that brought in, but yeah, he's the one that started bringing in all the other animals. But I think it started out, honestly, I think it started out with like hamsters or something like that. He had hamsters going on that little like turning thing. And then
why do you think he had such an affinity for animals? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know, because he abused most of them.
Do you guys think that impacted you seeing, the dog getting kicked out, seeing the animals abused? Do you think that made you kind of change your behavior so that way, like how do you think seeing the animal abuse impacted your
I was the
perspective?
compliant one because when rules were set, I followed because I seen exactly what would happen if you didn't follow the rules.
Right. So you're saying that like by seeing violence, I mean, obviously onto each other, but also onto the animals definitely was a tactic of his in order to maintain control.
Yeah, even though there were times where I still wanted to do opposite of what he would say.
Right.
Because, and then also to what you're saying is I seen what he was capable of.
Right.
And when someone did something wrong, I was the first one to take the blame
Right.
for my siblings.
Right.
Even though I did not do it.
It's
and
a
that's
protection
yeah.
thing.
And I did that all the time. There was a time when it was so dumb. Somebody took the bag of Tootsie Rolls and ate them and then stuck all the wrappers in the linen in the project, stuffed them in the towels, and he found them. And he's like, who did this? And no one would own up to it. And if no one owned up, everyone was going to be punished. And I was like, I did it. And I never did it. But I took that and I was punished for not a week, not a day, not 2 months.
Right. So the reaction's way too big.
Yeah.
Yes.
So knowing what could happen to everybody, that definitely changed your behavior. Knowing what could happen to the animals changed your behavior.
Absolutely.
Did you guys ever find any comfort in any of the animals?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had our favorite dogs or cats. Like I never
So more
got
domestic
attached.
animals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
never
get attached to those.
Never.
The snakes or parrots or
Yeah.
whatever.
Illegal animals.
Yeah.
Like
Alligators.
mention next,
Alligators.
Oh, that's just, I mean, I think we do have to take a moment to acknowledge, like, it's particularly sad for animals to be put up to this sort of abuse, as well. But Angel, please continue. Sorry.
It's okay.
I just saw the ferrets and I was like, wait a second.
No, it's okay. And then the the little bedroom was the 2 sets of bunk beds. I mean, I remember because me and her would share a bed. And then I know we had a dresser. I don't know if we actually used it, but I know our little TV went on there.
Okay, yeah.
Little black and white.
Yeah, we had like a little TV in that
And this was all before he came into the picture.
No, this was after.
Okay, so after.
This is all after. I don't remember before because I was
So little.
4.5 when he came in, so I don't remember much before.
Okay, were you born in this house?
No.
Okay. Brandy, do you want to go ahead and share your perspective? And
So actually, when Tracy was doing hers, mine are pretty much like basically like Tracy's. The sofa here, love seat here, the table here, the picnic table that was here. And none of us. This is what I want to show you. Tracy did her homework. I did my homework, and we did it separately. But if you see, we pretty much are like storage unit, the chicken, the pool. I can't even read what I wrote here.
No, you said JR doesn't think you guys needed a pool anymore,
so he tore it down,
which is exactly what she said.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like she said, the picnic table here. Let me see, 1 second. Oh, so this is the thing when he first moved in and everything like that, we had another dog called Koala. I mean, not Koala, a Ginger. And one day we came home from school and Ginger was like going blind and everything like that. And she just disappeared. So I wrote that because as going through like to set up the house and everything, I had forgot all about Ginger. And then it reminded me, oh, you know what? He said that Ginger just disappeared. Like she went to the farm or something like that. But he probably took her somewhere and did something. I don't know.
We mentioned that before. It probably was Penny Pat Park.
He probably took her,
just let her go. And
how do you guys feel about that?
It makes me really sad because she's the one that was in our lives since she was a baby. Like my mom had her the entire, like probably my whole childhood. So this dog, when you came home from school, just disappeared. And you didn't know. And he said I went to the farm.
This is my thing. If you're going to take animals, take responsibility of them.
Absolutely. Do you feel like your childhood experiences impact how you guys interact with animals nowadays?
I think so, because I think I'm a lot more kinder to like any kind of animal that I see. You know, it doesn't really matter what kind of animal, or even if it's a bird or something like that. I appreciate the little life of the little creature.
Because you have a dog.
Yeah, I have a dog.
And I feel like, you know, she's a princess.
She is a princess.
So and it's interesting because I think about the way you guys are describing these animals, you know, that you saw growing up, and, you know, also, you know, knowing the way I've seen animals treated throughout my life. Like, animals were always treated with so much love and so much regard. And it's interesting to see that, because people can either take after, you know, the abuse in their lives, or they can be different. You guys were obviously really different. And I mean, for me,
my dog's name is on my arm.
Yeah.
Speaking of tattoos, like
my you know, I had a golden retriever.
Yeah.
In my marriage, and she was my third baby. And like when she passed away a few years ago, I was devastated.
I even think
because
about
I had to make that decision for her. Yeah,
right.
Even Snuggles. Snuggles is one of the dogs from Leicester Street. Like, those are my two babies, and I treated them with so much kindness and love, like they were my babies, and I would never. Somebody hurt them? No.
Right. I just think that's interesting to consider these, almost these fellow peers that you guys had in the house with you. Do you know what I mean? Also, these, you know, you guys were small creatures going through abuse, and they were small creatures going through abuse. And so it's interesting to see.
And no one could help them.
Right. It's interesting to see how you guys have, in a way, like, honored them with your newer relationships with animals as you've gotten older. But anyway, I'll let you continue.
So my next floor plan basically, again, lines up with Tracy and Angel's too. The master bedroom here, the bed, I just really remember the bed. The pet room, I just have pet, because it wasn't just, you know, the ferrets that ran around.
There were other ones in there.
Yeah, so he had his other ones. I remember that.
Did you say we had a monkey or something?
Mommy had a monkey. Mommy had a monkey when we were little.
I thought it was on Hurley Street. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She had a monkey.
I feel like if you can write or count all the animals mentioned in this video, please comment below. Like,
Mommy had a monkey.
So what I can say, and I think this is what you all forgot, is that when we first moved into Liddonfield, we got donated that bed from an aunt and uncle, the captain's bed, and then we had another mattress, and we pretty much slept in this room. But then Mommy had put these bunk beds on layaway or something like that, and we finally actually had our own bed. And I remember just looking, like getting my bunk beds, and this is I was on the top bunk, Angel and Tracy were on the bottom bunk over here. But I just remember like looking out the window, because the windows are right there at nighttime, and just like looking at the stars and just being so thankful that I finally had a bed to sleep in. And then
What were you sleeping on before?
we were sleeping on that captain's bed and like a mattress on the floor.
All
So
of you?
Yeah, so we didn't
Mhm.
have,
And how many of you are there?
there was 5 of
There was
us.
five.
Five kids between
Yeah.
2 beds. Okay.
Mhm.
So the other thing is that, because I wanted to make sure I put this, because this, I don't want to forget it from my memory, is that I put inspirational poems like on the side
On
of
the
my
wall.
wall, like right there. And I had to use glue because I didn't have anything else to use. And
JR.
JR came in. He ripped them off the wall.
Where did you get those poems from?
So I think I must have went to like the like our school library or something like that. But stuff that really helped me, inspirational stuff
Do
that
you
really helped me.
remember
I
any
think
of
you
them?
got some of them from the magazine,
Oh, maybe the magazine too.
Kid Pop or something
yeah.
like
Do
that.
you
back in the
remember
day.
any of them? Or?
No, but they were all like inspirational things, just to like, you know, to think, to dream when you can't dream.
Right, and you know, it's interesting that you talk about getting your own bunk and then, you know, starting to create your own space.
Yeah.
And it's really important at that age for like identity and things like that. And I know you guys brought some pictures. Did you want to show?
Oh yeah, so
pictures,
yeah, I mean, we can show some pictures of Leicester Street, and
I'm sure you can actually put
mean
them
the
in
projects?
You mean the projects?
the projects, and I actually don't have the other. Okay, so this was the front door. I mean, this was actually not taken when we lived there, but this was our front door. This was taken right before they were going to knock it down. So
you guys went back and visited.
so we went back. We went back there to visit and everything like that. So this is the front door.
How did it feel going back to visit?
You know what? And I thought about that just recently. I thought, because I wanted to know the history of these places and stuff like that. And then I thought about the family that probably lived there before us, that they're a military family, and what that person that was going through World War II, his trauma that he went through.
Right.
So going back in there, like, and then I thought about when I went back in 2011, and it just felt like still just so dark and everything. And there was only a little bit of light. So these are my actual pictures. And these shades that were on there always look like this, because the dogs would always rip up the.
all torn up.
Yeah, they would always be torn up.
So the dogs were chewing them and breaking
Yeah,
them
or just trying to look out the window, because we were never allowed to have the.
Yeah,
because we were not allowed to have the wind. We weren't allowed to have the shades up, because then you would be able to see in the house. So the shades had
And
to
why
stick
didn't
out.
they want people seeing
Because the house was a mess.
Yeah, our bedrooms had no shades on them.
Yeah, no shades on them. And these are the heated pipes that Tracy was talking about, that we would hang our clothes over and stuff like that. And just one other thing I just want to point out too. I know, I just want to point this out. I was looking at this and I thought, you know what? Our whole lives we were looking at bars. Like, look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling.
This is Leicester
So
Street.
this is Leicester Street, and then this is the projects. Like we constantly, all we did is look up at bars. You know what I mean? Pipes, pipes. But I'm saying, so they are pipes, but I'm like thinking they were
like
our bars.
They
kept us
like bars.
Yeah, but they kept us in
us
prisoners into our heck.
Yeah, I mean, your interpretation of it is just as important.
It's just in
about-
Yeah, so this is Tracy's talking about the stairway, and Angel was talking about the stairway of, this is where like our Christmas stockings would be hung and everything like that. And then also the walls would be broken up like this, because the dogs would try to get out, or if someone's at the door. You know, dogs like jump at the door, try to bite away and everything, and they scratch, and you can see it like here.
Shows the anxiety and the pain of the animals.
Yeah, exactly.
That was our
all
bedroom.
of you living there.
That was our bedroom.
So another thing that
that's so small for as many people were in it.
Yeah, so another thing I thought about too is that when we talked about, Tracy had mentioned, this is the first time in this video that I'm mentioning it, is that you know, we did have these bunk beds and everything like that, but they were on monkey boards.
What is a monkey board?
Monkey board is almost like a box spring, but it's smaller than a box spring. It's where if you have a thick mattress, and a box spring can't go underneath the regular mattress, you have to get a monkey board.
And why is this significant? Like,
so I thought
because
about
that's what we slept.
That's what we slept
on.
So is it like
in Leicester
hard?
Street. It's very
Yeah.
hard.
I have it on my bed right now.
It's
like,
a box
I have
spring.
a queen mattress, and then I have
A monkey
I didn't know
board.
it was a monkey board. Like when
Right.
I did the Google search, when she mentioned that, I was like, wait a minute, I have that on my bed right now. I cannot imagine just telling my kids that's where you're sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah.
just on the monkey board.
Yeah, just on the monkey board.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing I thought about, like, we all have issues with our posture, right? And I'm thinking, well, now I understand why we probably have issues with our posture, because we weren't even sleeping on anything but a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have friends or anybody who ever came over? Would
No
you
one
guys,
was allowed in the house.
Did you ever want people to come
Oh,
over?
absolutely.
Did you like?
My best friend from the projects, I mean, it's funny because the first video we had posted, she commented on there and she said that she would want to come in all the time and she was never allowed to come in.
And I think there was a couple reasons. I think because of the condition. I think it was because of his control. And then also we had animals that were never outside, so they weren't around regular people.
And they would attack them.
And they would attack them.
But they didn't attack you guys?
No.
And do you think that like, you guys wanted to have people over, but you couldn't have people. Do you guys think that like definitely impacted the way that you viewed the house?
Not that the way we viewed it.
Right.
But I mean, you just knew. I mean, then we didn't know, but looking back, like it's not normal. Like what we thought was normal is not normal.
How do you feel like living there impacted your confidence? Like during the time when you were there, did it make you, when you went to school or when, you interacted with other people, do you feel like it impacted your confidence or you didn't know any better?
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had no confidence at all. I had no self-esteem. I was embarrassed. I was shy. I wouldn't speak up. Because we were told we could not speak. We were not allowed to speak unless spoken to. We can never tell our story. We can never even
have a conversation.
We couldn't have a conversation.
Right.
So we had no voice.
And what about you guys, your experiences at school and your confidence?
Well, mine was later on. Like I had somebody in middle school didn't want to sit next to me, and she's like, I don't want to sit next to her. She smells like dog. And I mean, that has always stuck with me.
Yeah.
That shame. And then like when we lived on Leicester Street, when I hurt my leg on a table, like going to the hospital, my legs were dirty. They were filthy because I had to like climb up the stairs on my
the basement
knees.
steps.
Basement steps, up the stairs, waiting for my mom and my stepdad to get home to take me to the ER. And like my legs were just nasty, dirty, and I felt so shameful, like I did something wrong.
Right. And was that, you guys mentioned chores earlier, but was it because of the amount of animals it was just impossible to keep up with, or was it?
We had chores.
Oh, well, you're talking about, the thing is that when you're talking about chores, cleaning the chores you were talking about was basically
Like
in dishes and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so not like
but not,
No,
yeah, there
no,
was.
we never. I don't remember any.
I don't think anyone ever cleaned.
the floor.
I don't think anyone ever cleaned the steps going up.
The only time I remember ever JR cleaning, no, my mom cleaning. I came home from school one day and the kitchen was like trash. Glass was everywhere because a fight broken out before we got home. And he joked, it was like, oh yeah, a tornado came and destroyed everything.
Oh goodness.
And that was like the only time I think I remember
He had
our
a
mom cleaning.
He had a sick sense of humor.
Cleaning up, like she was crying, like sweeping up glass.
I wanted to come back to that question about like your confidence and how living in such an environment impacted your identity and your confidence.
So I think that like they had the same experience. You had people that did not want to come close to you or anything like that because you smelled. And wearing just dirty clothes and stuff like that. Sometimes not even having socks to wear or anything. Your shoes are all like beat up and everything. People look down on you because of the way you looked and everything like that. And
so aside from it being a dirty environment, you kind of mentioned glass earlier. Was it also an unsafe environment?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like I want you, like, for example, you have a granddaughter who's, 4. Like, is there things that could have gotten children harmed? Like just
yeah.
So can you is it okay if you guys describe some of this, or is that not something you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about Leicester Street or the projects, because we would come home and walls would be torn down. So you can think about small children coming home and there's wires.
And wires.
Well, yeah, and you're thinking they're
like, sorry to cut you off, but like the safety things for the electric sockets,
yeah,
like that just exposed. I mean,
did anyone ever get hurt?
I got shocked before.
You did?
Yeah.
I got a paper clip and I put it in the light switch, not realizing, and I got a little shocked.
Oh, good.
Because I didn't know.
Right. No, there's no education.
Don't put metal to metal.
Right. And you guys talked about when you guys went back in 2011 and you took some of your children back there.
Mhm.
I think I was one of them.
Yeah.
How did it feel taking your kids back to this environment?
Like I said, it was a dark place and everything like that. But at that moment, I was so proud of where I came from to where I was at the point of my life that I was at.
And why did you want your kids to see that?
I wanted them to see, because sometimes it's like I always remember, like, you learn about, like, let's just say the Liberty Bell and stuff like that, Independence Hall and stuff like that, and you read this stuff in textbooks. But you really don't get the feel of it, and you don't really understand it unless you walk into this place. So even walking in Independence Hall, you hear, as you're walking on the floors, you hear them crackling underneath your feet. So it gives you a better understanding to someone when you're telling your stories, and for you all to see, hey, this is my small room. These were like, this space was so small. And that's another thing, when you go back to some place that you were when you were a kid, the place now looks so small. So having you all there and stuff like that, and just talking about the stories and different things that we went through, because I don't think it was only
my girls.
I was like, I know, I think it was me,
I
my
think
sister, and I think
I wasn't there.
no, it was someone else. It was another
it
sibling.
was somebody else. Maybe it was another one of my siblings. Now, have either of your kids went back to either of these places?
No, like my girls have been to Leicester Street. My youngest daughter has been to Philadelphia one time and cried. But she was only in the city.
Right.
She's only seen homeless people here. She's seen a homeless person in Philadelphia and freaked out.
Yeah.
And because the homeless people up there and it wasn't even homeless, it was a homeless person, like from K&A type homeless person.
What is K&A?
K&A is Allegheny, like K&A is Kensington and Allegheny.
So a very dangerous
Yes,
area.
a lot of people are addicted to drugs.
Like heroin users and whatnot.
Yeah, there's
so
a lot of
she's seen someone like that, and she's never seen anything like that before. So it really freaked her out, and she's like, "Please don't ever bring me around that again."
How do you feel like? Is it interesting to see your kids have such an experience with people that were just part of your reality when you were a kid? Like,
so it was very hard for her. Yeah, so it was very hard for her to be like, "Wow, no, I can't believe you grew up there."
Right.
So that was the youngest one's experience, and then my middle one lived up in Philadelphia she just moved back down here.
Yeah.
I mean, she absolutely loves Philadelphia area. She would move there if she could. And then my oldest one, she's like, "No, I like Florida." She could respect where I came from, and she's like, "That's who's made you the way you are today."
Does it feel validating when your kids kind of reflect, like, say back to you guys, like, "Wow, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe
that you've survived." And
like, how do you guys feel?
Well, I feel like since we started this podcast, and when my other daughter was here, actually my other two daughters, and after we did our podcast, they were like, "Wait," and then they had questions because they're hearing things that they've never heard before.
Yeah.
And they're just shocked, like, "Wait, what?" And it's just like a reality check. Wait, you went through that?
Right. And I kind of wanted to ask you, this is kind of a strange question, but I was thinking about it as you were talking, because this place is obviously one of significance to you guys. I think it would be nice if you guys either shared your first memory or what you think is the most significant memory of your time in the Liddonfield projects, just so people can really see a moment of what that place was like. If you guys don't mind sharing.
So I'll just share the first memory, and then they could share their first memory. But a really, really good memory, I have to say, is I think it was Angel's christening that we had, and her grandmother was there. I don't know, you might have seen a picture or something like that, and your grandmother was there. And it was just like a really nice family party, and that was way before JR.
Yeah,
and so that was a
good
really
moments of people crying.
Was that in Liddonfield?
That was in Liddonfield. There's a picture. Well, we don't have the picture album book, but there was actually even curtains in the background, like these green curtains with flowers on them. And Angel, her grandmother, sitting there, like on the ledge, and Angel sitting on her lap.
Oh wow!
So,
I think I just saw that picture.
I didn't know that was in Liddonfield. See, I don't have a memory of that.
I think I just saw it on my phone.
I would like to see that. I mean, not right now, but yeah, I don't have that memory.
First memory or a significant memory?
Well, my first memory, I don't know, playing. Like, I think the monkey bars were close by, and I loved playing on the monkey bars because like we didn't have to just stay on the street there.
Yeah.
Like we had like a field, and we would just be playing on the field. And I do remember monkey bars or something that was right around the corner, like playing on the monkey bars, flipping. And then like the other one is like we talked about it before. It's kind of like the community center there, and like in the summer we would be still get food there. That's where we would go get our
Everyone
food
did.
in the projects. Like we were fed even in the summertime.
Yeah, and that's
Breakfast and lunch.
really nice.
I have lots of memories. A lot of them have to do with my friends. I had a lot of childhood friends that I still keep in touch with today.
Yeah, that's nice.
I would sleep over at my friend's house all the time.
But that was before your stepfather.
All before my
Right.
stepfather. I mean, you said my fondest
Right.
memories, and they
Yeah.
obviously are all before JR.
Right, for sure.
Tons of them. I remember my mom used to give me my dollar food, like she would give us a dollar food stamp because you didn't need a book with it at the time. And we'd go to Brown's store at the corner, and you could get so much with that dollar food stamp. Honestly, you would get Swedish fish, you would get 10-cent popsicles, you could get a hoagie. And I mean, at the time, like she would just give it to us.
I think when I'm listening to you guys like share these memories, the thing that is blaringly obvious to me is just how young you were. Like the things that were special to you are things that are really special to kids. I mean, I think it's kind of weird when you're talking to you guys as adults to see that. I want to ask, and maybe this is something you'll delve into later, but why do you think, if things were so much better, so good, why do you think that your mom allowed this man to begin living with you guys?
I think my opinion is she was looking for love in all the wrong places.
Okay. And
honestly,
what do you guys think?
I think the same thing. I mentioned in our dad's episode that you have this guy who's interested in her, and she has 6 kids, and like he's willing to still be with her,
right?
And like he, and she was like looking for love within, from a man, where like
she had the love right in front of her and
she
didn't
had
realize
us,
it.
and our love didn't.
Why do you think she was so desperate for a man's love?
I think because, can I answer that, or do you mind?
No, go ahead.
I think my mom suffered from daddy issues. Her dad died when she was very young.
When she was 3.
When she was 3.
Okay. And what did he die from?
I think a heart attack.
I think he had a heart attack
so
also.
It was pretty sudden.
Yeah. She didn't, my mom suffered from love issues also.
Right. So
she didn't have a dad. Her brothers were not really there for her neither.
They were a lot older than her.
They were a lot older than her.
So there's a big age gap.
Exactly. So she had trauma that she did not deal with of her own.
Right.
So she was looking for that love that she never got. In reality, she had her own 6 kids that loved her unconditionally.
Right.
And she did not see what she had in front of her.
Right.
So she was looking for a love that she thought that she was getting, that she did not get. In reality, we were right there in front of her.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is that when we talk about like why they were together is because they were both codependent on each other, and they allowed instead of helping each other to become better people and stuff like that, they allowed each of their dysfunctions or the things that they to grow and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of our torment
They were each
started.
other's not enemy, but they.
Do you think your mom considered how he would be as a father figure, or do you think that she just wanted a man in the house?
I think she wanted a man in the house because we talked about this before. They were only together for I think maybe 2 weeks, and in the first week she was allowing us to sleep at his apartment, and then like the following week he was moving in with us.
Why would you want to sleep at his apartment?
We didn't.
We didn't want to sleep at his apartment. We were just like, hey, you're staying over at his house.
Is it because she was staying over there as well?
No, he would just. I don't know if he was trying to win us over or what the situation was. That he's like, oh, I'll take 2 of the kids, like, and each time try to teach us, like, make us feel special or whatever, like that, to win our love.
Okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
Do you think he wanted to win your love?
I think he wanted. So he was living in an apartment then with other roommates and stuff like that, and I think that he wanted to get out of his situation too. And I think the situation just worked out really well for him. And he had other children that he really didn't have any kind of relationship for. So I think in a sense, I feel like he was trying to have like a new growth in himself. Like, hey, this could be a fresh start, a new beginning for me.
Like restart a family life.
And then that's when the opposite happened.
Right. Do you think that your mom and JR found living there just as disappointing as you all found it, or do you think that they enjoyed their time there in a certain degree? Like, how do you think they felt living there?
I think in the beginning, so maybe, but then toward the end, I think they realized that.
I think that he liked the like, you know, for like the holidays and stuff like that, we'd go to his sister's house and everything. But both my stepfather and my mom like to have their quality time by themselves. And any place that we can go, they can get us out of the house. And that's why on Sunday mornings, we had to be at church by 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. So we'd have to leave the house by 7:15. And we were not allowed to return until like after 12:30.
So for clarification, they weren't going to church.
No. They just pushed the kids. Yeah, they just pushed the kids out the door. So anytime there was a time that we'd be out the door, school activities, after school things, anything to keep us outside the house, that was it. And then I think the reason why he put us on such a long punishment is because he's like, oh, I can just lock these kids away in a bedroom and we could just have our time that we wanted to do whatever we wanted to. We didn't have you know, food in the morning or lunch.
You're talking about them having sex and like doing like intimate things?
I mean,
what are you talking? Or drug abuse?
No, because my mom would be at work and he would be there. Anytime they could have their own personal space, period. Whether if it was him at work, which he would always be on workman's comp.
What sort of work did he do?
He worked for the city.
He worked for the city.
We'll just leave it at that.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then, so you just think that they just wanted their own space?
Yeah, whether if it was together or if at work.
Yeah, they just wanted to be like just
kid-free.
Like,
we'll
you
just
know,
say kid-free.
Yeah, and so that's why, you know, you lock the kids in the bedroom or you have them go somewhere so we don't have to deal with them.
So it wasn't even that they were trying to do inappropriate things and they wanted to shield you guys from them. They just literally didn't want you around.
They would just do that in front of us.
Oh, really?
No,
he's not all the time.
Tracy.
Sorry.
Okay, so kind of going back to this specific place that you guys lived in, and just kind of, I feel like we're coming to like a natural wrapping, if that's okay. I want to give you guys kind of a moment to share any last stories or feelings or thoughts or messages about this place. So that way, you know, we can kind of give it a definitive moment. If you want to say your last bits and pieces,
so what
like we haven't maybe addressed.
So I just want to say the project was not, and we all agreed this, it was not an awful place to raise your kids and stuff like that. Even our neighbors, the people around us, everybody was really fantastic. It was what was happening behind the walls of the project.
The people.
Yeah, that make the projects bad for us as individuals.
I think that's a really good point to make.
Yeah, I had my best childhood memories there, my best memories, period, in my life, all before JR got there.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Lester Street was supposed to be like a fresh start for us. Like promises were made and they did not get fulfilled. So like, I feel like the project was it was great. Like a lot of great memories happened there.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, that's another thing I have to say. When we were, before he came into the picture and stuff like that, we had birthday parties.
Yeah.
I can't remember, and we talked about this. I was trying to think back. When did I have a birthday party? Like, I don't remember a birthday party after he came into the picture.
I think the only one we have is like, I'm 4, you're 7.
With our strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
I love my strawberry shortcake.
That was like the only, we don't have pictures
right
of our childhood because like we mentioned before, a lot of our stuff got thrown away because it was damaged.
No, he destroyed it. Like all of our Cabbage Patch Kids, all of my strawberry shortcake stuff, our strawberry shortcake.
The dogs destroyed a lot of it too.
And he did too. He came in there and destroyed it.
So I feel like it's really interesting that all three of you kind of say this point of like, we had good memories there, because I think that's an important message for your audience to be like, it wasn't about being poor. It wasn't about being in government housing. No. Because you can have happiness. You can support children in that way. It's really, really, really about mindset and who you have have access to your family. Okay.
I have to say,
Yeah, go
my
ahead.
friends, like their parents, were so good to me. Like they really were. I mean, like Angel Spring, like even though we were living there, like I know that we weren't taking care of the greatest, you know, but they were amazing to
You're saying
me.
the community.
Yeah, the community. Like my friends' moms, like I slept there. They made sure I was showered. They brushed my hair. I have fond memories there. They are the most amazing childhood memories I have. Like honestly, and I thank them all the time. Like I thank them all the time. Every time I talk to them, and I still talk to their parents still to this day.
I'm so grateful that you
I'm
had
so
that
grateful
experience,
still. Yeah.
You know?
So.
Anything else?
No, I think.
Did we feel good?
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
so.
All right, we feel good, ladies. We did it. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
drama.
Thanks.